Hey there! Do you want to speak French more fluently? Many students fall into the trap of written French grammar. There's so many rules, and guess what? They don't even apply to real everyday spoken French. That's why you need to practice the informal way that French people actually speak. That's how you will find your confidence and how you will stop sounding like a textbook. For instance, in everyday spoken French, we wouldn't say je n'aime pas, but instead simply j'aime pas. It's a simpler grammar of informal spoken French, the one that you will hear in Parisian cafes and modern TV shows. Today, let's see what this tip is all about. Let's practice together to help you speak French with more confidence. C'est parti! At some point when learning French, you've probably seen how to say that you like something. You know, like j'adore for I love it, j'adore. Or j'aime bien, I like it, j'aime bien. Or even je t'aime, I love you, je t'aime. But how do we say that we don't like something? Of course, we can use verbs like je déteste for I hate it, je déteste. But on the other hand, you could simply add a negation and make je n'aime pas, I don't like, je n'aime pas. We use ne pas around the verb. This is something that you learned at school. And ne becomes an apostrophe before a vowel. Okay. This is the correct grammar for books and documents, you know? Sure, that's not what we say in everyday conversations, but for example, this is what you will find when reading the newspaper. That's why I like to use both correct French and informal speech in my longer programs, such as the 30-Day French Challenge. It is a full month of short, daily challenges with insights into French culture, relevant dialogues in informal French, and more formal presentations, as well as fun games, quizzes, and fascinating resources and a great community of your fellow students. There is a new one coming up soon, just click on the link below this video. But before we talk about informal French, well, let's practice together for a minute. Your turn now. How would you say in the negative, je sais, for I know, and tu es là, you're here? What do you think? How would we write I don't know and you're not here in French? I give you 5 seconds to pronounce your answers out loud for practice. Yes, right here where you are behind your screen. 5 seconds. So it makes je ne sais pas for I don't know, je ne sais pas, and tu n'es pas là, you're not here. Did you have it? Je ne sais pas for I don't know, and tu n'es pas là, you're not here. Mais tu n'es pas là. But actually in everyday French, we don't make negations like this. Instead, we cut the ne practically always. You just have to add pas at the end of the sentence. It's really easy. For instance, j'aime for I like becomes j'aime pas, j'aime pas.
C'est un débat chelou, j'aime pas ces débats.
J'aime pas les crocodiles.
It is slightly faster to say than the correct version of je n'aime pas. And French people love to take shortcuts when speaking so that we can speak even faster. Your turn now. How would you say the negation of these two sentences in real everyday spoken French? Elle est là for she's here, and je sais for I know. Yes, it is. Elle est pas là for she's not there. Elle est pas là. And je sais pas for I don't know. Je sais pas. Je sais pas. Okay, great. But nothing is ever simple in French. So obviously, we need to cut even more letters. The main ones are the U in tu that disappears before a vowel and the E in je as much as possible even before a consonant. So in real spoken French, sorry, we wouldn't really say tu es pas là. That's what we've seen earlier. No, we would say t'es pas là, you're not here. The U gets dropped. Repeat after me. T'es pas là. T'es pas là.
Ah ouais, t'es pas là.
And the same thing with je. Je ne pense pas, I don't think so with correct French grammar becomes je pense pas by dropping the ne, and now je pense pas by cutting the E in je. Je pense pas. Repeat after me. Je pense pas. Je pense pas. Je pense pas. Good.
Non, je pense pas, non.
And sometimes the consonants blur together, as in je sais pas, I don't know. Repeat after me. Je sais pas. Je sais pas. Je sais pas. You probably noticed that it's not easy to pronounce. In that case, it tends to become je sais pas. Je sais pas. Repeat after me. Je sais pas. Je sais pas. For example, tu fais quoi ce soir? What do you do this evening? Je sais pas encore. I don't know yet. Je sais pas encore. Je sais pas encore. And this also happens with je suis. Je suis. In real spoken French, it simply sounds like suis. 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 But you will remember it all better with some practice. So, c'est parti. Here are 3 sentences in correct written French. How would you change them to fit the rules of real everyday spoken French? Je n'aime pas, for I don't like it. Je ne suis pas sûr, I'm not sure. Tu n'as pas faim, you're not hungry, or aren't you hungry? Let's start with the first one. Je n'aime pas. That's not something we would say in a conversation. It sounds a bit too formal. So what should you say instead? Yes, it becomes j'aime pas, I don't like it. J'aime pas. And what about je ne suis pas sûr, I'm not sure. Je ne suis pas sûr. What do you think? Exactly. We drop the ne and first it becomes je suis pas sûr and then we cut the e of je and it becomes je suis pas sûr. And since suis is a bit awkward, it becomes je suis pas sûr. Repeat after me. Je suis pas sûr. I'm not sure. Je suis pas sûr. Je suis pas sûr. Good. Finally, tu n'as pas faim is also too correct for informal conversation. What would you say instead to sound more fluent? Yes, it is t'as pas faim, t'as pas faim. The first step was dropping the N, the ne. It became tu as pas faim. Without the ne, tu is now placed before a vowel, the a in a. It means that we can try our second step, cutting the u from tu before a vowel. So it becomes t'as pas faim? Are you hungry? Aren't you hungry? T'as pas faim? T'as pas faim?
T'as pas faim?
And now you are ready for the final test. It is a short text in 5 sentences. I will read them all one by one with their translation. For each line, try to figure out what it would sound like in informal French without the ne. Then I will simply give you the informal version for the lines and you will be able to compare them with what you had in mind. C'est parti. Tu n'as pas entendu la nouvelle? Haven't you heard the news? Martin ne pourra pas venir ce week-end. Martin won't be able to make it this weekend. Il n'avait pas pris ses billets et maintenant, il n'y a plus de train pour l'amener. He hadn't booked his tickets and now there is no more train to take him. It means that they're fully booked. Ah, il ne changera jamais. Ah, he will never change. Et sa copine ne nous avait rien dit. And his girlfriend didn't tell us anything. Okay, now let's see the informal version. What other tips for informal French can you find in this solution? T'as pas entendu la nouvelle? Martin pourra pas venir ce week-end. Il avait pas pris ses billets et maintenant, il n'y a plus de train pour l'amener. Ah, il changera jamais. Et sa copine nous avait rien dit. Congratulations! How did it go? Did you manage to find the right answers? Did you notice what happens to il n'y a pas in spoken French? Fantastic! Keep on learning about understanding and speaking fast spoken French, the obstacles on your way and how you will overcome them. You can check out my upcoming 30-day French challenge for a bit more French identity or dive deeper in the sea of resources with my previous lesson, Why You Can't Understand Spoken French. Just click right here on your screen to keep watching. À tout de suite, I will see you in the next video.